So welcome to the final day of my Building Public, where I go from startup to profit in 100 days. So let's look at the metrics and see how I did. So first off, we ended up with a fully branded website, including a chatbot, automation inside our swim lanes, and content giveaways. So all valuable assets inside of the website. And I think we're getting roughly 100 people a month coming to the website. So not brilliant, but a first start. We've also got a testimonial video and some social proof as well inside that asset. Inside of LinkedIn, we ended up with 1,777 profile views. LinkedIn being our main channel. Again, one of the things you want to do as a startup is be very cognizant of your resources and not spend them all in one place. So we deliberately targeted LinkedIn because our ideal customer profile, our ICP, are right there on LinkedIn. We also obviously started the newsletter, which this is part of. We ended up with 1,927 people subscribed to our newsletter. We got 113,796 impressions, which was a 381% increase prior to starting this. So huge uplift in those numbers. Same for engagement, 5,678 pieces of engagement, which was a 662% increase versus not using staff to do all this. We ended up reaching 40,283 members, and inside of our database, we ended up with 160 odd people. We also ran 4 online events, which had 756 registrations, ended up being on 4 podcasts, 1 speaking engagement, and 6 proposals have been sent out, which is a pipeline of roughly $23,000. We did only end up with 1 client, and I'll go through the final numbers in a minute. But we also have a successful AI video outreach as an MVP, which is working successfully with a number of different videos and software that tie in together. So what didn't work? For us, paid advertising didn't work. We probably didn't give it long enough, but having said that, when you are a small startup, you want to ensure that you're not spending too much on adverts until you really understand your core messaging, which is one of the things that also kind of didn't work. So paid advertising, did a small test, didn't work. We'll resume probably next year. LinkedIn newsletter, I actually think that LinkedIn newsletters aren't particularly good. You don't know until you try, but out of that 1,900 odd subscribers, very little engagement from there. So they're possibly reading it, because the plus side is it does go through. The downside is that LinkedIn doesn't give your newsletter a lot of love, even though we put a huge amount of resources into LinkedIn. I don't think they showed a lot of love back. That's just my personal view on that. And then we're still working on defining the core messaging. Got a couple of very good, strong points that work really well, but a couple of others that aren't quite landing yet. So advertising, we spent $1,238, branding $620, we spent $275 on gifts, networking face-to-face $230, software, which is our second biggest component, was $2,527, and our wages was $7,874. So that's under $8,000 for 2 staff for 100 days of working on all of these assets. So I believe that's a pretty good ROI, considering all the things that we accomplished in that. So all up, we spent $12,765.80. Our revenue was $657,250, which means our net loss was $619,330. But one of the previous posts, I talk about lead and lag measures. So when you are doing advertising, marketing, branding, all of those things, they're an upfront cost. And yet customers then purchase 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 6 months later. And so there's always a lead and a lag between the things you do and what actually eventuates. So although we lost $6,193, we've got at least $23,000 in the pipeline of interested customers, and a few more as well that I'm speaking to. So I'm confident that although we lost money. We have enough in the pipeline that over a period of time, we actually break even or making a profit. But technically, no, we didn't make money. So I hope you found this whole 100 days experiment building in public useful. I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know what most resonated with you and any ways I can help you. Thanks for watching.